From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the 19-day farmers' protest on the borders of the national capital turning out to be a free run for anarchist elements? Tonight, I have hard evidence to show that anarchists are trying to spark chaos. Here is how they have been exposed, and then we shall debate.
Day 19 of protests at the Delhi borders. A movement that was supposed to be a purely farmers' agitation has now taken a turn. A video tweeted by BJP IT cell chief Amit Malviya shows slogans wishing death upon Prime Minister Modi being raised at farmers' protest. In Washington, a peaceful protest for farmers was hijacked by Khalistani elements. Watch how Mahatma Gandhi statue was desecrated outside the Indian embassy. So who is misusing the farmers' protest to instigate chaos on the streets of the national capital?
दरअसल ये लड़ाई आप देखिएगा राजनीतिक गुटों के बीच की लड़ाई हो गई। आम आदमी पार्टी और कैप्टन अमरिंदर सिंह के ट्वीट वॉर को देखिए, आपस में एक दूसरे से लड़ रहे हैं। आपको क्या लगता है ये किसानों के हित के लिए लड़ रहे हैं? बिल्कुल नहीं। कुर्सी पर कौन बैठेगा? किसी भी कीमत पर बिना मेहनत किए, बिना रिफॉर्म किए, बिना परफॉर्म किए, बिना ट्रांसफॉर्म किए कैसे सत्ता मिल जाए, इसकी लड़ाई चल रही है।
Last week, these visuals of posters of the Tukde gang at the Tikri border raised questions of ultra-left groups hijacking the protest.
Urge all well-meaning business leaders and all well-meaning intellectuals who are involved with FICCI, who are on this call, on this webcast, to talk about the benefits of these farm laws.
Some farmers' unions have seen through the misuse of the platform. They back government's efforts in reforming the agriculture sector.
पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है कि हमारे विरोध में जो 9 शेड्यूल में इतने कानून थे, उसमें से ये जो 3 कानून है, वो 3 कानून ढीला करते हैं बाकी के कानूनों को जो हमारे विरोध में है। इसलिए हमने इसका अपने दिल से स्वागत किया है।
The facts are now out in the open. And it's time to call out those who want anarchy in the name of farmers. Let's debate.
Srimati Smriti Irani, Union Cabinet Minister for Textiles and Women and Child Development, is live with me now. Good evening, Ms. Irani. Do you think these protests are still entirely about farmers? Because there are some shocking visuals that are doing the rounds. We've carried it on Republic about how slogans calling for the death of the Prime Minister were being raised in the name of farmers' protest. The issues don't seem to be solely or completely about farmers anymore.
It was never about farmers, Arnab. It was always about Modi. The fact that you have 2 chief ministers sitting with people who call for the death of the Indian Prime Minister speaks volumes about the lows to which Indian politics has fallen. Since when do constitutionally elected chief minister support a group of people who call for death of Modi? Since when do they keep silent and are not outraged that this is a group of people that is publicly calling for the assassination of the Prime Minister? So you're right. In the garb of farm rights, you have those people who you call Tukde Gang, but those people who have lost at the voting table through the ballot, who stand here today in the guise of standing up for farmers in this country, and their only purpose is the death and destruction of Modi. The anarchy that you speak of was visible in the posters that were held up. And who were the posters of? Sharjil Imam, Umar Khalid, people who ran riot in Delhi and brought death to so many people. Is that what the Delhi Chief Minister supports? Rioters and murderers? Is that what the Punjab Chief Minister supports? Calls for the assassination of Modi?
Smriti Irani, you know the pictures that you're talking about, viewers, the pictures Smriti Irani is talking about today are the pictures. They came out first. We first broadcasted on Republic, I think around 10th or 11th of December. These were posters demanding the release of Sharjil Imam, urban Naxals, Varavara Rao. This was seen at the Tikri border. There are the visuals she's talking about. But soon after that, Smriti Irani, the state president of the Rashtriya Kisan Mahasangh, Akshay Narwal said, and I quote, "Sometimes innocent farmers are handed over these posters. They don't even know what it means." So he's saying we can't take responsibility for it. It was hijacked.
Is that then
don't
an
ask
admission that
questions
people
about
who are
why the
sitting there
posters went
don't
there.
know?
The attempt is to say this was accidental.
Arnab, is that an admission that those who are sitting there in the form of a protest don't know what they sit for? Is that what this gentleman was trying to say? That they are so gullible that they can be told to chant assassination chants against the Prime Minister? Is that his position?
Yes, that's exactly what the person was trying to say.
What is shocking for me is
that's exactly what the person was trying to say. Yes, that was what the person was trying to say.
That those who sit there have absolutely no clue what they sit for.
Yeah.
That they can be given the photographs to uphold not only of people who have run riot and murdered citizens in Delhi, but also those who have supported the assassination of CRPF men in uniform who guard the interest of India. Is that the charge, or is that the excuse this gentleman has given your channel? What shocks me, Arnab, is that after visuals of assassination calls for Prime Minister Modi came out across the media, not a single word of condemnation came from the Chief Minister of Delhi or the Chief Minister of Punjab. Is that what they stand for? Is that what they're gleeful about? Is that why they hop onto that platform? It is macabre, the kind of chants that were given against Modi. That if you can't defeat him by voting him out, call for his assassination. Today, everybody who handed out that poster, everybody who held up that poster, everybody who chanted death to Modi is as responsible as Arvind Kejriwal and Captain Amrinder Singh. They are equally responsible for fanning these voices of hate. For wanting to assassinate
you speak about Arvind Kejriwal and Amrinder Singh. What do you make of their political face-off over the protests? You know, Smriti Irani, today the Delhi Chief Minister was fasting to express solidarity with the farmers, and the Punjab Chief Minister, Captain Amrinder Singh, is claiming that Arvind Kejriwal is indulging in a petty electoral agenda with blatant lies and false propaganda. Do you think Punjab politics is playing out in the name of farmers' protests?
What hypocrisy, Arnab. Who sits today on that platform trying to stage this drama of doing Anshan in support of farmers? A man who notified these same laws in the month of November? Is it Arvind Kejriwal's claim that he did not read what he notified? Is it Arvind Kejriwal's claim that he did not accept what he notified? Does the left hand not know what the right hand is doing in Aam Aadmi Party? And as so far as Captain Amrinder Singh goes, wasn't he a part of the high-powered Chief Ministerial Committee that actually espoused the same reforms that you see in the bill? Isn't he witness to years of contract farming, decades actually, going back as long as 3 decades and more, in Punjab of contract farming? Isn't it true that the Congress-led UPA asked for a model APMC Act and then in their manifesto called for bringing down the APMC Act, saying that the Essential Commodities Act also is an archaic law? The hypocrisy of both these gentlemen has played out in front of the entire country. And that is why you today see farm groups after farm unions coming and claiming support, giving support to the agriculture minister and the bills that have brought about the much needed reform in the Indian agriculture sector. And I'm aghast. The dual speak of these leaders. who said that these bills were a hurried proposition of the government of India. Everybody in this country knows that the first expert committee was set up in the year 2001. Everybody in the country knows that the UPA-led Congress party spoke of these reforms, no matter be it Sharad Pawar, be it Sonia Gandhi, be it Manmohan Singh, or for that matter, even that prince in perpetual waiting, Rahul Gandhi. They all spoke of these reforms. In fact, Rahul Gandhi spoke of delisting fruits and vegetables from the APMC list, which many Congress states did. The duality with which they pose themselves today in the public space, you think it is lost on Indian citizens? And that is why they will continue to reduce in numbers. That is why their Bharat Bandh was a huge flop.
I won't comment on Rahul Gandhi because
people have seen their hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Or you have enough cases from Ms. Maino, so I'm sure you won't comment on
speak about Rahul
Gandhi
because like you and I'm sure everyone else, I believe that he does not understand the written word which he is made to read out. So anyway, I'm as much a fan of Rahul as you are. My question to you is on a more serious note.
Arnab, do not.
I believe he doesn't
live in
understand.
this fallacy that he does not understand.
We can have a polite disagreement on that because I think his ability to understand anything in detail, there are certain challenges that he has in understanding matters that require any intellectual persuasion or ability.
No,
My question is something else. Let's not waste. You and I should not waste our time discussing.
He understands completely.
You and I should not waste our time discussing the 51-year-old adolescent. Let's come back to the main issue. Let me bring you to the main issue. And what viewers want to hear you about today, Priti, is about, we've seen this, and I know anyone talks about it, they'll say, Arnab and Smriti Irani were talking about conspiracy theories, but I don't think so. I saw the pictures from Washington of Khalistan supporters who were desecrating Mahatma Gandhi's statue in the name of a farmers' protest. We began by talking about how people were asking for the death of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And now the desecration, abuse of Bharat Mata. I have seen people abuse Bharat Mata, Khalistan supporters, desecration of Mahatma Gandhi's statue, and then people, these urban Naxals saying that Justin Trudeau's intervention in our internal policies is very welcome. There is an attempt to try and create a global chain reaction for a protest whose credibility is completely under doubt within India. So do you think there is now, it's not obvious now, and here the pictures are, viewers, you see the pictures we're talking about. Don't you think, Smriti, it's evident that there is a foreign hand in this? That there are many interest groups in this, behind this, who would not like to see Indian economy revive post-COVID in as big a way as it could?
There are many who are watching the Indian economy and they know that irrespective of the challenge that COVID-19 brought forth, it is the agricultural sector that helped keep many families afloat. There are many who know the potential of the Indian market and the Indian farmer. There are many who know that the Indian farmer was chained to middlemen because of archaic laws. There are many who know that the Indian farmer is crying out for reform. There are many who know that the Indian farmer appreciates the Kisan Samman Yojana, in which 6,000 rupees per year goes into their bank accounts directly for the next 10 years. There are many who know that 14 crore farmers have received over 93,000 crores courtesy the Modi government in the past 1.5 years. There are many in this country who know that while the opposition led by the Congress party, supported by the Aam Aadmi party, spoke about the fact that MSP operations will be discontinued after the passage of these bills, it is this government that has ensured that only in the segment of rice procurement, paddy procurement, over 41 lakh farmers as on the 12th of December 2020 have received 70,000 crore rupees directly into their bank accounts in the past just 2 months. Many citizens know, Arnab, that's why they tune in and listen to this debate, because they know that there are forces that want to bring India to its knees, but they don't realize, those who want to do this, they don't realize that Indians have seen these nefarious activities trying to spring from some corner or the other and have gone and vehemently continued to vote for Modi. This attempt was made in Shaheen Bagh. This attempt has been made now when they call for the assassination of the Indian Prime Minister. And I'm absolutely sure that this Tukde gang will try to make this attempt again. But what they don't realize is that the people of India stand solidly behind the Prime Minister that they have constitutionally elected.
Yeah. Well, I think some of the methods, the way things have sort of unfolded, raised serious questions about whether these were planned protests or whether they were infiltrated. In either case, it seems the truth is now coming to light. I thank you so much, Smriti Irani. A lot of reactions to some of the things you've said. Yeah, of course.
These were planned protests?
Yes.
They were planned protests where orders were given by Amrinder Singh in writing to people in Punjab that let the government machinery now help bring this agitation to Delhi. You yourself have seen that evidence. This is not a natural phenomena. This is a planned attempt to inconvenience citizens of Delhi, where the Chief Minister of Delhi himself goes and plonks himself on a platform, knowing well that the citizens of Delhi are being inconvenienced, only so that he can find greener pastures in the politics of Punjab. So this is not a natural phenomena. This is a good attempt made by Arvind Kejriwal and Captain Amrinder Singh, only so that their political aspirations can benefit at the cost of Indian citizens. The only question is, Arnab, these two chief ministers kept quiet when Mahatma Gandhi's statue was desecrated. These two chief ministers kept quiet when there was a call for the assassination of Narendra Modi. Their silence speaks volumes to the depths to which they can fall, only to find political favors within their own circles.
Well, I mean, any planned protests, however well crafted, tend to evaporate, and that's what's happening in this case. Smriti Irani, once again, thank you for joining us. Viewers, a lot of reactions to Smriti Irani talking about hashtag not in farmer's name. Now I have Nupur Sharma, Professor Vaidyanathan, Pramod Chaudhary of the BKS, Baldev Singh Sirsa, Sara Shah Halim and Vivek Srivastav. Nupur, to you first to debate with Sara Shah Halim. It's evaporating. Everybody is saying not in farmers' name. Would you like to start the debate? Anarchy in the name of farmers' protests. There's a crack within the farmers' unions. Mahatma Gandhi's statue has been desecrated. There are calls for the death of the Prime Minister. It's just gone completely out of hand now. Nupur and Sara Shah Halim, please. This is complete anarchy, nothing else.
Similar to what happened in the Shaheen Bagh protest, where you had 4-year-olds ratting off like brainwashed little babies, and you can't imagine a 4-year-old knowing or having enough knowledge as to Modi maut ke ghat utrega. Of course, a child is not supposed to know what maut actually means and how such a child needs to, throw such a ghat. Of course, Arnab, before the weekend, we debated last on Friday how these very people were even being supported by a certain Mr. J2K from apparently the national vice president of BKU, National. And he's the one who said that, we are going to celebrate International Human Rights Day. He's the one who actually came out to say that we want the release of these so-called activists. I mean, I'm calling them so-called. Those accused under UAPA and dastardly sections, criminal sections for instigating the Delhi riots or instigating Bhima Koregaon. What does Elgar Parishad anyway have to do with the farmers' agitation? And thirdly, most importantly, right after your debates, Arnab, I also went to another one. The National General Secretary of Yogendra Yadav's party, Swaraj Abhiyan, apparently the national convener of the Jan Kisan Andolan, had the audacity to tell me, "Kaun hai Rakesh Tikait? Kahan baitha hai? Kis dharne pe baitha hai?" I actually had to counter him. You are more a farmer sitting in an air-conditioned room than a Rakesh Tikait, whose father has died being second to none other than Chaudhry Chand Singh. I mean, come on. I mean, this is exactly what this is about. This is exactly what this is about when you actually question the very credibility of real farmers and their issues.
This is an international nexus of anarchists, nothing else. Sara Shah Halim, this is the reason why, some of the reasons that Nupur puts out today are the reason why this whole so-called protest, is crumbling. In fact, today, I'm happy to inform you, Sara Shah Halim, you'll be delighted to hear this, that 10 more farmers' unions have come out in the open and are supporting the farmers' the amendment proposals. While there is some mela kind of situation, there are massage chairs, there is pizza delivery, there are theatres being put up, there are disco lights on tractors. Some of the farmers are having weightlifting competitions. While all this organized protest is going on, the serious farmers are now understanding and seeing through this.
Arnab, can I come in? I heard Nupur very patiently. I heard Nupur very patiently. Will you please allow me to talk and be a little democratic? See, I'm
Yeah,
not
don't lose
for any
patience.
slandering or any abuse against the Prime Minister. Yeah, no,
Professor
so I was
Vaidyanathan.
waiting patiently. I'm just requesting you very politely that can I come in? Can I come in? So all I'm saying is I'm not for any slander. I'm not for any abuses thrown in. I'm not for any kind of slanderous sloganeering at any protest site. I'm all for peaceful protests as long
But
as
the farmers
we
have gone away. Now there are
righteous
pizza
reasons why the
langars,
farmers
massage
are
chairs, weightlifting
No,
competitions,
okay.
disco lights.
Can I finish?
You know,
Can I
what is this?
finish?
This is not a
So, see,
protest.
1 second.
You made a mockery of
The
it.
whole
The pictures are
Khalistani
there.
element is a bogey.
No. This
The
is not a.
Khalistani
Some of what we are
element
seeing
a
is
complete
absolutely
bogey
not a farmers'
because
protest. Come on now.
last year, circa 2019, circa
It's not. Did you not see the
2019,
pictures?
there were various
It's not. Did you
media
not see the
channels who
pictures
were
of Mahatma
trying to
Gandhi's statue being
delegitimize
desecrated?
The NRC
Did you not see that?
Protest. Circa 2020.
This is the protest, viewers. The visuals are there on screen. Professor Vaidyanathan, who needs to delegitimize the protest? These groups are delegitimizing the protest. Speak against them.
Using the Khalistan bogey.
Professor Vaidyanathan.
Using the Khalistan bogey.
This is a protest.
Bogus.
Look at the pictures.
I require 1 minute.
It's been taken over by people with deep pockets and devious agendas.
To ask for their rightful rights that have been denied to them. I think the farmers are well within the rights to protest peacefully.
Okay, these are protest, viewers. Mahatma Gandhi's statue desecrated on the left, weightlifting competitions, pizza langars on the right.
Draconian laws that looks to seek out the
Please, come on now, we've seen through this.
Of farmers. You can't
Come on, we've
put
seen through
our
it.
farmers on sale. I'm sorry.
This has just been taken over by people with, they have makeshift luxury tent spaces. There are foot massage centers. Where is the money for all this coming from? Where is the money for all? It's not a protest. Come on now. Professor Vaidyanathan, this is a huge mockery. It's a huge mockery and everybody is reacting to the reality.
1 minute, I will be thankful.
If people have
If
parked
others can listen to me.
if people have parked themselves for
For a
months,
minute.
they need to keep themselves fit. What is wrong in keeping yourself fit? Even if you have parked yourself for months on end, I think
Nothing
there's
wrong, nothing wrong.
if
Fantastic.
people
This
are
is the modern day
resting,
protest.
And there's nothing
Let
wrong
me-
if people are exercising. No,
let
what are
me-
you supposed to be
let me
doing?
come in.
What are they supposed to be doing? They're supposed to be crying and become some
Thank
kind
you,
of a
Professor
crybaby over
Vaidyanathan.
there.
Nothing wrong.
I
I'm
think
just
they're
showing the
within
pictures. Am I
right
alleging
to
anything? No.
wrestle Or
Yeah,
to gym,
Professor Vaidyanathan.
or to jog, or
Arnab?
to walk, because they park themselves for months on end. And it is not sustainable. If you don't eat, if you don't sing songs, if you
Arnab,
don't exercise, it is absolutely not sustainable. So kindly do
Arnab,
not be...
The economy of the protest has already been thoroughly exposed. There is nothing much there from the point of view of economy. It has become purely political. And it is a huge number of anarchists, leftists, and destabilizers. Let us remember two things. The Khalistan had an earlier agenda of 2020 referendum. They could not carry it out due to some COVID and other issues. Second is, we are having a huge amount of issue in the two fronts. We have mobilized all our soldiers on the northern and the other eastern front. And at this time, the destabilizers are active. And within a day, a statement comes from Justin of Canada, their Prime Minister, and another one from a bunch of MPs in England. So this is not something, there is much more than what meets the eye. The economy of the agitation has been thoroughly exposed. There is no economy at all. 28 states are there in this country, let us remember. And one state cannot hijack the entire decision-making processes. Second is, as I told last time, a group of people can't just get out Delhi and get whatever they want.
You should see what they are talking about him today, you know. All those old ladies in 60s and 70s.
This is insane, actually.
You know, they're cursing the Prime Minister, and rightly so, because the Prime Minister is not showing any interest in the farmer agitation.
India and
that is the problem.
India and other things. Shift the capital.
No, the Prime Minister is not showing any interest in the farmers' agitation. The Prime Minister is not
This is
bothered.
purely
You know,
political,
all those old
and
ladies,
I want
you know,
to
who was
pose only two
sitting over
questions.
there in the court.
Nupur and Vivek.
And then you say, look,
It
they
is
are wishing
not
bad
the
on the Prime
farmers'
Minister.
agitation anymore.
And then
Where
you say
are the
that, look,
farmers, Mr. Srivastava? Where
No,
are
it is the farmers'
Yogendra
agitation,
Yadav is a farmer,
and the
Avik Saha
and the
is a
ladies
farmer.
over there, they are
Or
cursing the
Har
Prime
Har Modi
Minister,
Mar Ja Tu.
and they are
Is she a
rightly
farmer?
cursing the Prime Minister.
Which one is the
He's such an
farmer?
insensitive Prime
Sharjeel Imam
Minister.
क्या JNU
He
में
doesn't
ही
want to
नहीं,
talk to
उमर
the
खालिद
farmers at
JNU में
all.
खेती कर रहा था
You
क्या?
know, and they are not wishing for his death.
आपके घर के
They are
बगीचे
saying
में
he's
कर
already
रहा
not
होगा
there for
gardening.
them.
No,
Those
no,
ladies
I
are not
know.
wishing for his
You
death.
are the
They
professor
are
who's
saying
probably
he's not
teaching
there at
them
all for
how
us.
to build bombs
Because
in
he's
the
sleeping or
house.
dead or what, he doesn't
जब
listen to us.
आपके घर
He
के
doesn't
पीछे
talk to
वाले
us.
गार्डन में
You know,
गार्डनिंग
there
कर रहा
is so
होगा.
much of pain
But
regarding
the
the Prime
likes of
Minister
Umar Khalid,
because the
Sharjeel
Prime Minister
Imam,
is not proactive.
Elgar
He's just not
Parishad
bothered.
activists,
He's saying जो होना है होने दो.
accused of Delhi riots,
No,
killers
the-
of people.
अरे
53
भैया
people
कहीं का
died
कोई
in Delhi
एक्टिविस्ट नहीं है.
riots.
कभी किसी
Rioters.
किसान को
ये
खालिस्तानी
कौन
बोल
से
देते हो,
किसान है
कभी
भाई?
किसी किसान
कौन
को
से किसान है ये?
इस्लामिक
It's
टेररिस्ट
no
बोल दोगे,
longer about
कभी
farmers
किसी को
and the
नक्सलाइट
दिलजीत
बोल
दोसांझ
दोगे,
है क्या
कभी
किसान?
बोलोगे भाई why
And
are these
these
ladies wishing the
people
Prime Minister was
like
dead.
Vivek
The
Srivastava
ladies don't want
and
the Prime
people like
Minister to be
Saira
dead.
Shah Ali
Those
is
ladies
asking
over
कि
there,
खालिस्तान कहाँ
they
से
are saying
आया?
the Prime
दिलजीत
Minister is
दोसांझ
already
is
dead
an
for them
open supporter
because
of
the Prime
FHA in
Minister is so
Khalistan.
insensitive
So much
that he is
so,
not willing to
Congress
talk to anyone.
politician, member
This
of
is the
parliament
problem.
from
Saira.
Ludhiana, Ravinder Bittu, has asked that he be booked for supporting Khalistani movement. क्या काम है दिलजीत दोसांझ का बताइए मुझे. गाने गाना आपने, कहाँ है उसकी खेती? बॉम्बे में खेती कर रहा है वो. What rubbish, Saira? Sorry. Speak only facts to me. You also last time
What are you
exposed yourself by
talking?
saying
I think I'm the perfectly sane
those
one on
people
the
reading the
channel. I'm the
constitution are being
perfectly sane
arrested.
one
You've
who's trying
undermined
to
a
talk
very
sense.
laws and judicial principles sitting on
I'm
national
talking
television.
sense here.
I would
I think
implore
you
you
are
to speak facts only.
hallucinating. I think you are hallucinating.
Who is
I
the
don't know what
farmer?
you're talking
Sharjeel.
about. Are you cooking up
Elgar
things?
Parishad, you are the farmer.
People are very clear what I said. I think every word what I said is very crystal. That I'm against any slandering.
No, I have-
But if farmers are genuinely protesting, we cannot delegitimize their protest. That is it. We cannot delegitimize protest by slandering them and calling them.
My next question is to Baldev Singh Sirsa and Pramod Chaudhary.
Total right.
प्रमोद चौधरी जी, बलदेव सिंह सिरसा जी, ये किसानों के नाम पे शुरू हुआ था, ये किसानों के नाम पे ये सब शुरू हुआ था, बट अभी सारे भारत के लोग एक ही चीज देख रहे हैं बलदेव जी की इसमें किसान कम और हर तरह के लोग घुस गए इसमें, हर तरह के प्रो खालिस्तान वाले घुस गए, अर्बन नक्सल घुस गए,
ये बहुत ही दुखद
और प्रोटेस्ट जो हो रहा है वहां पे मूवी नाइट चल रही है, जिम, पिज्जा डिलीवरी, मसाज चेयर, एयर कंडीशन टेंट, ये हो क्या रहा है वहां पे बलदेव जी? ये कोई प्रोटेस्ट नहीं रहा अभी,
ये देश को तो ये मालूम था पहले,
हर तरह के तत्व घुस गए इसमें बलदेव जी, क्या हो रहा है?
अब देखिए, अब बात करने का मौका दीजिए, मैं बताता हूं। हमारे पंजाब से 30 संगठन इकट्ठे होकर भारत में आए और भारत के सभी लोगों को, सभी धर्मों के लोग, केवल किसान, यहां पर किसी धर्म की बात नहीं, किसी पार्टी की बात नहीं, किसी नक्सलाइट की बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं है। और हमारी स्टेज पर 6 महीने से हम चले हैं, आज तक कोई भी राजनीतिक आदमी हमारी स्टेज पर पहुंचने की किसी की हिम्मत नहीं पड़ी, हमने उसको नेड़े नहीं आने दिया। और अब ये लोग हमारे को बदनाम करने के लिए तरह तरह के हमारे पर इल्जाम लगाते हैं, कभी कहते हैं ये कांग्रेस के हैं, कभी कहते हैं ये खालिस्तानी है, कभी बोलते हैं एक नक्सलाइट है, कभी बोलते हैं ये चाइना और पाकिस्तान चलाता है। मैं इन लोगों से ज्यादा नहीं, ये तो बहुत चला रहे हैं, बहुत बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन मैं इनसे एक ही सवाल करता हूं कि भारत के सभी किसान संगठन और जो हमारी स्पोर्ट में जितने वर्ग आ गए, आरती आ गए,
ये माओवादी, ये जो माओवादी लोग हैं जिनका कनेक्शन माओवादियों के साथ है, और कई सारे ऐसे लीडर भी हैं वो जो कहते हैं अपने आप को नेता कहते हैं, किसान नेता कहते हैं, वहां पे बिल्कुल है माओवादी सपोर्ट करने वाले लोग हैं वहां पे, जो एफिलिएटेड है माओवादी मूवमेंट से, वो घुस गए इधर आपके अंदर। प्रमोद जी आपको मतलब, प्रमोद जी प्रमोद जी आप बताइए।
सारे लाल झंडे दिखाई दे रहे हैं वहां पर, और ये पूरे राजनीतिक दल भी वहां पर उनके सदस्य मौजूद हैं। और ये जबकि इसका नाम चल रहा था कि ये एक किसानों का आंदोलन है, किसानों का आंदोलन करने का पूरा अधिकार है, लेकिन हम भी भारतीय किसान संघ का कि इसके नाते, और हम इसके साथ में इसलिए नहीं है कि हम पूरे बिल के विरोध में नहीं है, हम उसमें कुछ अमेंडमेंट चाहते हैं, हम उसमें 4 अमेंडमेंट चाहते हैं। और यदि वो 4 अमेंडमेंट होते हैं, उस समय हम लोगों ने 20,000 से अधिक गांव से, और हम लोगों ने अपने जो विलेज हमारी यूनिट्स है वहां से हमने पूरे लेकर के और प्रोटेस्ट करके और ये सबमिट किया, हमने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को दिया है। यदि उसी समय ये मान्य कर लेते जैसे ही ऑर्डिनेंस आया था, और हमने सारी प्रक्रिया शुरू की कि ये अमेंडमेंट चाहते हैं, लेकिन अब जो है ये राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें इसमें शामिल हो गई है और खुले आम शामिल हो गई है और ऊटपटांग टाइप की हरकतें कर रहे हैं, ऊटपटांग टाइप की बातें कर रहे हैं और देश के प्रधानमंत्री के खिलाफ में और ऊटपटांग बातें करना ये बिल्कुल शोभा नहीं देता। और ये किसान के नाते ये हमारे लिए वास्तव में शर्म की बात है। अब मेरे को किसान यदि इस प्रकार की बातें करे और ये कैसे घुस गए। अच्छा, दुर्भाग्यजनक ये है कि ये जो बिल्स का जो विरोध कर रहे हैं, जो राजनीतिक दल विरोध कर रहे हैं, ये बहुत ही दुखद है कि कांग्रेस के मैनिफेस्टो में ये बात रही है और उसके बाद में जो भूतपूर्व कांग्रेस का अध्यक्ष है उनको ये बात मालूम नहीं है अभी तक। ये कितना दुखद है कि उनके मैनिफेस्टो में ये बात लिखी है और आज वो उस बिल का विरोध कर रहे हैं। भारतीय किसान संघ का शुरू से ये बात कहना था और कह रहा है अभी भी कि हम उस बिल के विरोध में नहीं है। वो बिल जो है वो देश के विरोध में नहीं है, वो देश के फेवर में है, लेकिन कुछ अमेंडमेंट चाहते हैं हम लोग और हमने वो सारे अमेंडमेंट दिए हैं। जैसे एमएसपी की जहां तक बात है तो सरकार ने शुरू में इसके बारे में कोई बात नहीं की। आज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और ये जो है इसको
बलदेव जी, आप
कृषि मंत्रालय इसमें अमेंडमेंट।
बलदेव जी एक सवाल पूछ रहे हैं। यस बलदेव जी, व्हाट्स योर क्वेश्चन?
ये कहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान और चाइना इन लोगों को चला।
बलदेव जी
पूछता हूँ कि क्या संयुक्त राष्ट्र को भी चाइना और पाकिस्तान चला रहे हैं? एक ही सवाल का जवाब देंगे। अब सभी लोग हमारे पीछे आ गए, हाई लोअर कोर्ट से लेके सुप्रीम कोर्ट।
संयुक्त राष्ट्र का इस मुद्दे में क्या लेना देना? बलदेव जी क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
हमारी सपोर्ट करिए। क्या चाइना और पाकिस्तान संयुक्त राष्ट्र को भी वो लोग
कैसी आप बात कर रहे हैं? मैंने सुना है
अरे ये लाखों
छोटे
छोटे बुजुर्ग और 80-80 साल के इतनी कड़की ठंड में हम बैठे हैं। हमारे यहाँ पर कोई टॉयलेट की सुविधा नहीं है, कोई पानी की सुविधा नहीं है, कोई लाइट की सुविधा नहीं है, कोई दवाई की सरकार की तरफ से कोई सुविधा नहीं है। लाखों लोग रोड पर बैठे हैं इतनी कड़ाके की ठंड में और ये हमारे को कभी कुछ कहते हैं कभी कुछ। मैं इनसे एक ही सवाल करता हूँ कि जितने भारत के लोअर कोर्ट से लेके सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक के वकील हमारी सपोर्ट में है और बाकी सबकी बात छोड़ दो, ये लोग कहते हैं
नहीं है बलदेव जी, आपको कौन कह रहा है?
इनको चला रहा है।
जो अराजक तत्व घुस गए हैं इनको निकालिए, बातचीत में वापस आइए।
बिल्कुल नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं।
संयुक्त राष्ट्र का इसके साथ कोई लेना देना नहीं है। ये भारत के अंदर की बात है, इंटरनल अफेयर। इसका संयुक्त राष्ट्र, कनाडा, अमेरिका का क्या लेना देना? क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप बलदेव जी?
Did you miss अर्नब, जब बलदेव जी ने बोलना शुरू किया, इन्होंने कहा हम पंजाब से भारत में आए।
क्या आप
बलदेव जी भाई मेरे हिसाब से तो पंजाब भारत में ही है
जी।
ये क्या कहने का मतलब आप पंजाब से भारत में आए? क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं आप बलदेव जी? आपने अपनी बात की शुरुआत ही ये कह के कही कि हम पंजाब से भारत में आए।
देखिए,
no, sir. I'm sorry. I take very serious objection to this. And this is why.
नहीं।
इसी वजह से आपका पूरा मामला हाईजैक डाइल्यूट होता है।
अच्छा नहीं, ये क्लैरिफाई कर रहे हैं। नुपुर इज क्लैरिफाई। नुपुर ये क्लैरिफाई करे बलदेव जी, उन्होंने मीन नहीं किया। मैं ये बात मानता हूँ बलदेव जी ने मीन नहीं किया।
पहले पंजाब से अब पूरे भारत का एजिटेशन है। अब पूरे भारत का एजिटेशन है। पहले
बलदेव सिंह सिरसा जी, मैं एक बात कहूं आपसे। बलदेव सिंह सिरसा जी, मैं एक बात कहूं आपसे प्लीज। क्या मैं एक बात कह सकता हूं बलदेव सिंह जी? आपके बलदेव जी एक बात कहना चाहता हूं। देखिए, मैं पिछले 2 हफ्तों से किसानों का सपोर्ट कर रहा हूं, मगर आपको देख के मुझे लग रहा है कि आपने ऐसा मीन नहीं किया। आप भी देशभक्त हैं, आप किसान नेता है, मगर मैं आपसे हाथ जोड़ के विनती कर रहा हूं जी, कि किसान आंदोलन के नाम पे हर तरह के लोग आ गए। ये जो चाइना के सपोर्टर है, विवेक जिंगपिंग प्रोग्राम में बैठे, ये चाइना के सपोर्टर है, आप नहीं है। ये पॉलिटिशियन, चाइना के सपोर्टर, टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग, अर्बन नक्सल, ये घुस गए। आप इनको निकालिए, हम आपका समर्थन करते हैं, हम आपका समर्थन करते हैं, मगर आप इन लोगों को निकालिए।
देखिए
अपने किसान भाइयों को बोलिए इन लोगों को बाहर करें।
अब मेरी भी सुनोगे?
इनका कोई लेना देने आप इस किसान प्रोटेस्ट
सुनोगे? अब मेरी भी सुनो।
हाँ जी,
अरे
हाँ जी
भैया, आप मेरी भी सुनोगे?
सुन रहा हूं सर।
अब मैं हाथ जोड़ के निवेदन करता हूं सभी देशवासियों से कि ये देश हमारा सबका है, ये किसी एक का नहीं है। और हम लोग, लाखों लोग, 5 साल से लेकर जो बच्चे माँ के साथ हैं, और 80 साल के, मेरी खुद की 80 साल की उम्र है, और 90 साल के लोग हैं, ये लाखों लोग कड़ाके की ठंड में बैठे हैं। अरे हमारे पर कुछ तरस तो करो, आओ हमारे साथ बैठ के हमारी बात सुनो कि क्या किसान ने क्या जुल्म क्या किया है। आज जो किसान के साथ हो रहा है,
नुपुर, मैं तो कह रहा हूं कि संवाद से समाधान होगा। आप ठीक बात कह रहे हैं सर, बलदेव जी आप बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, संवाद से समाधान होगा। मैं भी मानता हूं, मैं भी मानता हूं, नुपुर भी मानती है, सब मानते हैं, हम मानते हैं सर। मगर
तो फिर क्या, कौन किसकी तरफ से, क्या हम बात नहीं करते?
बलदेव जी मेरी एक बात सुन लीजिए प्लीज। मैं आपसे बहुत ही, मैं आपकी पोती की उम्र की होंगी, आप मेरी एक बात प्लीज सुनेंगे बलदेव जी। बहुत रिस्पेक्टफुली मैं आपसे कुछ कहना चाहती हूँ। जब किसानों ने ये प्रदर्शन धरना शुरू किया था, आपकी 3 मांगे थी। एमएसपी की थी, दूसरी मांग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग के ऊपर क्लैरिफिकेशन की थी, तीसरी मांग जो एक बरगलाया गया था कांग्रेस की ओर से कि किसान भाई इन 3 अमेंडमेंट लॉ के तहत कोर्ट नहीं जा पाएंगे। हालांकि एसडीएम का ऑर्डर एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑर्डर होता है, रिट जुरिसडिक्शन में हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में हर कोई किसान जा सकता था। ये तीनों मांग क्या, आपकी 7 मांगों पे सरकार 6 बारी आप लोगों से बातचीत करके खरी उतरी। हमारे केंद्र गृह मंत्री तक ने बातचीत करी किसान संगठनों ने, किसान भाइयों से। अब कहा जा रहा है, ये शुरुआती मांग आपकी कभी नहीं थी कि तीनों अमेंडेड लॉज वापस लिए जाए। अब वो 3 मांगों को, एमएसपी, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग को और कोर्ट्स को भूल के अब तीनों बिल्स को वापस लेने की मांग कहां से आ गई? आप लोगों की हम इज्जत करते हैं, लेकिन उन
आई विल क्लोज द डिबेट एट दिस पॉइंट।
उनको रिहा
दिस इज
92-93
I have to close the debate at this point, but as I close the debate, Nupur, I'm short of time. I just want to say, बलदेव जी आपको मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूं। आप मुझे बहुत ही आप जानकार इंसान है, आप एक्सपीरियंस्ड इंसान है। मैं एक ऑफर करता हूं आपको, आप कल शाम 7 बजे रिपब्लिक भारत जो हमारा हिंदी चैनल है, उसमें मैं चाहता हूं पूछता है भारत प्रोग्राम पे आपको मैं आमंत्रित कर रहा हूं। आप प्रमोद चौधरी के साथ आइए, बीजेपी के नेता भी होंगे, आप भी होंगे। हम कहते हैं संवाद से समाधान, थ्रू टॉक्स अ सॉल्यूशन, एंड आई इनवाइट यू टुमारो। आप मेरे प्रोग्राम में, ये लंबी बात होगी। बलदेव जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। प्रमोद जी सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जी कुछ कह रहे हैं बलदेव जी?
एक बात कह रही है, मेरी सुनिए। मैं आपकी सुनूंगा तो मेरी भी तो सुनोगे ना, मेरी बात भी तो सुननी चाहिए ना आप लोगों को, सबको। ये बात है। मैं ये कहता हूं कि जब भी बात हो, बात एक आदमी करे, दूसरा सुने, दूसरा करे वो पहले वाला सुने, ठीक है? हम चाहते हैं कि जो किसान,
कल उस तरह की बातचीत होगी हमारी।
ये अन्नदाता, हाँ जी बोलिए, हेलो। हाँ जी,
मैं कह रहा हूं अभी टाइम थोड़ा कम है, मैं आपसे कल विस्तृत तौर से लंबी बात करूंगा। कल आप सबसे मैं 7 बजे रिपब्लिक भारत पूछता है भारत में आपको मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं कल मेरे डिबेट के लिए। और धन्यवाद बलदेव जी, धन्यवाद सबको।